The wave collapses into a particle. You can create reality. Nothing is set in stone. If you give something attention and you give it all of the time without complaining that it's not there, without, being in a lack of, I just hope that this works. No, no, no. You want to embody the feeling. It's done. Hi, welcome back to the channel. My name is Nora and I make videos about personal development, self-discovery, and how you can live a more joyful, fulfilled life. In today's video, I want to talk with you about something so important yet so often overlooked by people, which is setting good intentions. If you become a master at setting the right intentions for your wishes, you will notice that everything comes to you at the speed of light so much faster than before. This is because setting intentions actually works. I have noticed this so often in my personal life, where I can sometimes forget that I'm able to set intentions, which makes everything go much faster. And then I go for something using the 3D matter to matter technique, working hard for it, going for it, putting in all the effort and stress. And then sometimes I just realize, wow, I'm actually able to set intentions. And once I do, they never disappoint me. I've never set an intention and it disappointed me because it just works. You will create much faster, with much more ease, with much more grace, flow, and joy, and things will come to you in more unexpected, fun ways. It is my intention after watching this video that you will know exactly why you should set an intention, how you can do it in the most effective ways, and avoid all the common mistakes to make things go much faster, more effective, and more fun. Most people you will meet in your life kind of have forgotten that they are the creator of their reality, that they are able to shape their entire life. And it is normal that we forget all of this because we are not being told all the time. They don't tell us these things in school, but let me tell you this. You are able to create anything you want. It is just one shift that most people have to make, which is coming from a state of lack to coming from a state of embodiment, being, and wholeness and abundance. So very often we wish, we hope for things. After watching this video, you will know that wishing and hoping is actually not going to help you, and that you will immediately correct yourself once you feel you're doing this again to being in a state where it's already there. Wishing or hoping for something in a quantum world, in the 5D world, means it's not there yet. If you say, I wish for a lot of money so I can live more freely, more abundantly, then you are saying the frequency, you're sending out the frequency, it's not there yet. There is lack, because if you wish, it's clearly not there yet. And so if you keep on hoping and wishing, sometimes it can actually delay the time it can come to you. And in 3D, it doesn't make sense to state all kinds of crazy stories about your life, which you are affirming because you know how quantum science works. And people will be like, yeah, you're saying you're super rich, but you clearly aren't. So don't act so stupid. In normal day interactions, it will be quite weird to start telling a story of how everything is already perfect in your life, how you manifested all this money or all this loving relationships. But in the quantum, it makes perfect sense. So it all depends. If you want to create from matter to matter 3D reality, fine. You can just hope and wish for things, but know that you will need to work hard for it and things won't come as unexpected and as fun. But if you're going to create the quantum 5D way, you are going to have to change this mindset. From hoping for abundance, hoping for the money to come, hoping you win the lottery, this is not quantum science. In quantum science, you embody what you want to be. You embody it. You send out a clear signal using your vibration, using your thoughts, that this is your reality. And there is nothing that's standing in the way between you and your dream reality. And if you get very focused, very clear on what you want, especially getting very clear, but I'll talk about that later in the video, it's gonna massively help you. Let's go over to the science of why intention setting really works. I remember very well the moment that I was 15 years old, I was in high school, and my physics teacher told me about this quantum effect, the observer effect. And I don't know if any other subject in school has fascinated me this much as the observer effect, because it was the first time that I realized that maybe we have a way greater saying in how we observe our reality and how we can create our reality than we ever thought. So scientists have discovered that particles exist in a state of probability, aka a wave function, until they're being observed. The moment an observer measures the particle, it instantly collapses into a fixed reality. This means that consciousness actually shapes the world. Things are not set in stone. So my teacher told me, if we observe a particle, it will react differently than if we don't observe it and we notice. But you cannot really measure it, because if you observe the particle, it will behave differently, which means where your intention goes, for example, observing the particle, energy flows and it changes the reality. So if you imagine yourself as being the observer, the moment you give attention to something, it already changes the reality. Like, your reality is not set in stone. When you set an intention and emotionally charge it by feeling the feelings of it's already being there, you give it observational power, making it materialize much faster. There is also the famous double slit experiment, where they noticed that light is both a wave and a particle at the same time. But the moment the observers start to observe the particle, the light, it changes behavior. So this means that nothing is set in stone, and your reality is actually being created by where you give your attention and where you give your energy to, which is awesome, empowering, and really cool, because science backs this all up. So imagine that everything around you is energy and you are energy as well. Once you give something your intention and you really charge it, you supercharge it with your emotions, you can feel the feeling of it's like you embody it. Don't you think you are actually materializing things? You are collapsing waves into particles. You are creating reality this way. I think it's fascinating. It's awesome. And quantum science backs this all up. Then there's the second important part about the science. It truly matters in what brain state you are, whether or not your intention is going to work very effectively or not. So if you are in normal day living brainwave states, which are beta brainwave states, then it doesn't really get through to your subconscious. But this is where the meditations from, for example, Dr. Joe Dispenza, but also others come in, where they actually lead you into theta brainwaves. Because in these theta brainwaves, you have full control, full access to your subconscious, which is the program that's running your entire system. So if you can reprogram the system, all the behavioral changes that will come forth from it will come very naturally, because you don't have to force it. So these theta brainwaves, they occur in either deep meditation, or just before you're going to sleep, or just when you're waking up. And in the theta state, your subconscious is wide open for accepting and believing new ideas. The amazing thing about setting your intention during a theta state is that it will bypass the critical mind. So the critical mind is active in beta, or even a little bit in alpha. It's just your normal day living. So if you would say, for instance, I am so rich, I can't even spend it in 100 lifetimes, and you're going to say this in beta, then it's probably your body is going to like, yeah, good story, continue the day. It's not going to bypass your system. Whilst if you're in theta, your subconscious is wide open to believe in new things. So if you want to create, if you want to set your intention of like, I want to live my life in joy, in freedom, then it will have a massive impact, because you will bypass all the criticism, all the resistance that you will normally have if you just, quickly set an intention throughout the day. I would use setting intentions in theta state for the things that you feel feel very much resistance for. So probably not a parking spot. Like, you probably don't feel a lot of resistance for manifesting a parking spot. You'll just say, okay, I'll come there and it will be the perfect place for me. Sure, that's fine. There's probably not a lot of resistance for that. But for the things that are out of your comfort zone, I would definitely use the theta state to bypass the critical mind and directly reprogram your subconscious. Now I'd like to discuss with you how you can set your intentions in a way that, to me, has been very effective and has worked really well. Step one is getting very clear on what you want. And this is hard, because sometimes you're not very sure on what you want. But if you are very clear, it is way easier for it to come to you. Step two, embodying the feeling now. If you wish to be financially free, financially abundant, you will probably feel freedom. You will feel excitement. You will feel so secure, so happy and confident. And those emotions are the ones you want to feel right now. You want to embody what it's like if it's already done. So if you've had the most amazing day, you'll feel probably very grateful when you're laying in bed at night, or you'll probably feel very fulfilled or joyful. Or for instance, if you have something difficult to do, or you have a problem in your life, for me, it really helps to feel the feeling of relief. It's over, it's done, it's better than expected. I can feel relief. This works so well for problems with me. What I'm going to share with you now is what has really shifted a lot of things for me. And this is saying a few of these sentences before your intentions. It will bend around your body's inner critique of saying it's impossible. So usually if I want to have something like, for instance, a good day, I will start every morning by intending to have an amazing day, to feel great, to feel empowered, to feel joy, to feel a deep gratitude. So what I would say is, even if I don't know how this and this and this will come, I know now that I am fulfilled and that it's all done. If you say, even if I don't know how, you are removing all the inner critique from like your body saying, well, it's never going to happen. This is impossible. How would this exist? You're just using the 5D. You're just creating the reality. You don't need to know how it comes to you. And this actually is step 3. It's releasing the resistance. It's releasing the how. Your job is not to figure out how it's going to come to you. It's not. It's not going to come in the way you expected. And I have noticed this so many times where I set my intention and then I'm still surprised when it comes. This has happened very often because you don't know how it's going to go. And we tend to still think in some limiting ways, some limiting beliefs. Well, if you leave it up to the quantum, they will figure it out. Like, this is not your step. It's not yours to solve. You don't need to know how. You want to bypass the inner critique of asking yourself, like, how is it going to come to me? The last part of how I set my intention is, I know it is so now. It's done. By declaring it done, there is no question asked. The only thing you want to feel then is feel the feelings of what it would be like if it's done. So if I set my intention in the morning for a really nice day where I feel very empowered and uplifted and I feel inspired and I have a lot of joy and I feel fulfilled, then I will naturally, because I've done it so often, my body will naturally create all these uplifting emotions and it just starts my day off differently. And the days where I forget, because I also sometimes forget to set my intention, I know that things are a little bit more off. Or like I know when I do set my intention, also for specific situations, like you can set micro intentions throughout the entire day, whatever you want, you will know you will do things more consciously and things just work out better for you. And I just feel that it aligns your energy in a certain way. Like if you have intended for something to happen that day, almost feels like unconsciously you will tend towards situations where you will create this. So I think it's a really great tool to create reality. And I think it's very overlooked if you know the power of it. The last part is take inspired action. If you set your intention but go sit on the couch all day just watching it come to you, it's probably not going to happen. This is what Joe Dispenza also says, the world of demonstration. We are here living our lives and we can create beautiful things, but we got to take inspired action. It doesn't mean that we need to go running after everything today. We don't need to force things, but we do need to take some action. So if you are, for instance, intending on your setting your intentions of being a very rich person, what does a rich person do? Or if you're setting your intentions to be most healthy person, most healthy version of you, what would that person do? It's the intention with the action that would create the success. So if you are throughout the day reminding yourself of your intentions, reminding of who you are embodying to be, it's gonna really help you. Setting intentions works so much better than hoping for things. Hoping is in a way still passive. You're waiting for something to come. You're not taking the action. But if you set an intention, you're gonna get very clear on what you want. You are in a way taking responsibility for your creation, for your future. And that is very empowering and it works really well. In a way, I regard setting an intention as a direct command from the universe, especially if I can connect it with a very high uplifting emotion. And if I notice that every day I will stick to setting the same intention and will stick on being very clear on what I want, there's just no way it's not coming. I have seen this too often. It does work. It's just all about you making the choice to not forget that you can set intentions, to create some sort of routine to get this in your everyday life. I don't care if it's in your morning or evening routine, preferably everything, because remember quantum science. Once you give something energy, attention, it changes. The wave collapses into a particle. You can create reality. Nothing is set in stone. If you give something attention and you give it all of the time, without complaining that it's not there, without, being in a lack of, I just hope that this works. No, no, no. You want to embody the feeling. It's done. This is how it works. I don't need to know how it works. And one last thing, it really helps if you can say thank you at the end of your intention, because feeling gratitude for it being done is a game changer. If you can feel gratitude before it has happened, this is gonna attract it to you. It's gonna draw your manifestation to you, because you usually feel gratitude when something has happened, like in 3D, you see the results of something. So if you can train your body to feel gratitude before, this will accelerate all your manifestations, all your dreams. It will accelerate your intention. So I would definitely check if you can feel gratitude. And I don't care how long it takes. It can take minutes for your body to feel gratitude on command, but you will get trained. Feeling gratitude, training to feel gratitude is just like training in a gym. Your muscles get used to being trained. Your body can be trained to feel gratitude ahead of the event as well. You just want to practice and practice, and over time, it will become so easy for you to, throughout the day, suddenly feel gratitude for it's already being done. And this is when you know that you have changed, you have shifted your reality, you are a different person, and things are coming to you fast. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I hope to see you in the next one.